What's good with everybody? All right, now, so I was just chilling. I had this video idea. If you read the title, you can kind of tell what this video is gonna be about. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty interesting idea. It's something that I've been dealing with a lot because I don't know, in my life, I feel like I always knew what I wanted to do in life. I always wanted to be a creative. Literally, when I was like 5 years old, people would tell me like, "Oh, what are you gonna be when you grow up?" And I would literally just say, "I want to be a creative." Or I actually, I used to say I want to be creative. I never said I wanted to be a creative. And literally, back then, I knew it somehow. And it's crazy how when you're a little kid, when you're the most connected to God before the world takes you away from Him, you already know what you want to do. The blueprint for your success is already in your heart. And so that's what I want to talk about today is the idea that the blueprint for your success, your dreams and goals that you have in your heart, it's all possible as long as you just start. And on the back end, right, if you don't start, I I'm not gonna say guarantee. I'm just a human. I don't really know what happens when you die. But I'm just gonna say I really do feel like reincarnation is a real thing. I feel like people reincarnate when they don't truly fulfill their destiny. I almost feel as if every human has a soul, right? But I feel like what the soul truly is not necessarily your human life. Like I feel like see, okay, look, put it this way. Everyone's probably experienced deja vu before, right? And this might not be true, but I feel like a part of what deja vu is something where your soul has already experienced it, but your human life hasn't experienced it. So think about it this way, right? You might have been a soul thousands of years ago, existing through many different people's lives. You might have been Alexander the Great, and then been Picasso, and then now you're, Bryson Cisco or something, right? And I really do feel like essentially you're gonna keep reincarnating unless you fulfill your destiny in this world. You fulfill the blueprint that God already put inside of you. And so that's how I truly think. Like, either start fulfilling your dream, just start trying. You don't have to succeed. You just have to start trying, start working towards it. Otherwise, you're just going to come back to this world and have to do it all over again. And obviously, this is all just opinion, right? I want to make the point before I even get like years into this. This is all just my opinion, right? Everyone has their different beliefs among God and reincarnation and all different types of things. But I've even come to realize it's kind of crazy when I look at my life. There's actually been a lot of people who have passed away in my life, and it sounds kind of crazy looking back, but I feel like all of them who passed away, they almost all did fulfill their destinies. Even in the sense of not just their dreams and goals, but sometimes it feels like certain people's destinies were to be lessons or to teach lessons to other people. And even to, I'll give it one example, get a little personal. I had this cousin named Parrish, and growing up, Parrish was like my second brother. I actually have a brother who's older than me, but Parrish, he would hang out with us, and he didn't feel like a cousin. He felt like my little brother. And as kids, we would really see each other all the time. In the summer, he would stay over at our house. And, me and him and Savy would just laugh all the time. Like, it really did feel like he was our brother. And he has three other brothers, and they felt just as close, but I don't know, something about Parrish was just different. Like, it really did feel like, probably was one of the closest family members I've ever had, outside of maybe my own brother and my own mom, right? But yeah, fast forward, from the time we were kids to the time we grew up, Parrish was always a very stoic person. He was a very nice person. But he also was involved with just, and even too, I can't fully speak from this, fully knowing, because I wasn't fully in his life every moment. But basically, Parrish got caught up in the wrong people, got caught up with doing the wrong things. I'm not going to go too much in detail on that. But essentially speaking, though, outside of those things, Parrish was one of the first people I saw in my life who I felt like truly was like not caring about what society was thinking and was just literally just so focused on his own life and what he wanted out of life. Like from the time he was like a teenager, he already knew he wanted to cut hair. It was something that his dad did. So he started training it. He started just like cutting hair for fun. He eventually got his license, so he actually became like a barber. And then on the side of all of this, while he was actually pursuing one of his talents, he was also creating music. And he like created multiple songs. he was actually getting a lot better in my opinion. Like, I'm not sure how many songs he produced, but the first song he made obviously wasn't too good. And then every song he made after that, I remember we would look at his YouTube, like every song would be so good. I get better and better. And I really, I believed in him, honestly. And then I'm getting a little teary eyed, but it's like, man, I really feel like Parrish was like the first person who really gave me like belief in life. And maybe not the first, but at least someone like my age. Parrish is only a year older than me. But yeah, he was pursuing music. He was doing his barber's license thing, being a good older brother to his three brothers. And then tragically, Parrish ended up passing away maybe like 2 years ago, I believe. And I basically gave you that whole story to almost show you, like, I really do feel like Parrish served his purpose on this earth. That he served his purpose and now he doesn't need to reincarnate. That he can go be back with God now. But that's the interesting thing. It wasn't like Parrish, quote unquote, achieved his dreams. Like, I don't really know what Parrish exactly wanted out of life, but I do believe that he wanted to obviously be a successful musician, a successful barber, to be someone who could take care of his family or whatnot. He probably wanted to make money and to do things outside of just where his current life was at. But the thing with Parrish that was different than most people I saw in my life, he was actually doing it. Most people are not like Parrish. Most people just think about it their entire lives and then get to their deathbed, sadly, never trying, or never seriously giving that full effort for years on end. But Parrish, before he passed away at even 20, he had already been giving himself to his true dreams and not wavering. And I think I'll probably use Parrish as an example in some other scenario, some other video one day, but I think Parrish really is like the perfect example of how, like, as long as you just go towards your dreams and you fulfill your blueprint, I think that's how you find the success that you're looking for in life. Because I honestly truly think at the end of the day too, we all have dreams and goals. And most of us want to make a lot of money, be well known, have our, just people, most of us want kind of the same-ish things, right? Like, I personally don't want to be the most famous person in the world. I want to be able to go to Walmart and just have no one know me, right? Pick up a Celsius and chill, right? But for the most part, I still do kind of want fame in some way. Like, I want notoriety. Mostly I want my work to have notoriety, but really I'm just saying that we all kind of want the same things out of life. Some of us want more or less of certain things, like money or fame or connections to our family and whatnot. But we all kind of want the same thing. We're all humans. So you may feel like, basically, if you're not getting these certain things, that you are not successful, essentially. And that's how the world conditions you. Like, they make you think that if you don't have $1 million, if you don't have a wife and kids and the most beautiful family life, if you don't have, the perfect health, the perfect body, if you don't speak perfectly, like, if you are old enough at this point, right? You have been conditioned by the world to believe that you're not good enough, that what you have is not enough, that you are not successful. But it's the complete opposite. Like, literally, in my opinion, to be successful in this life is quite literally just to pursue your dreams and goals. And that's the same thing. Just pursue pursue whatever's in your heart, essentially. Like, the way I started this video, where I described the blueprint that God gave you, as long as you are pursuing that, you are successful. Right now in this moment, if you literally want to be a bodybuilder and you go to the gym today and get a good set in, you are successful. And I'm not saying, right, if you miss a day, let's say for the bodybuilder, if you miss a day that you're not successful. But I'm basically just trying to make the point that success is not about the results. It's about the process. And most people are most people, and I'm talking about myself even, most people will not start that thing just because it's not giving them results immediately. And so if something isn't working out immediately, you feel like, oh, I'm not successful. And so you stop. And then maybe you start up again, maybe you stop and blah, 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 right? But the actual way to even get to, like, the tangible success in real life, like money or fame, is basically just to keep going. And basically just to serve your purpose. And I guess the last thing I'll say, which is kind of true, is, like, not every person is meant to be famous or rich. And I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, like, your purpose in life may not be to be rich or famous or blah, blah, blah. It might be just to be, like, a good example to you and your family or friends. It might be just to help people in a certain way. It might be to like just do whatever. Like maybe you have to be broke your whole life, but your story helps others get rich. That's even a good purpose too. So I'm just gonna reiterate it one more time. Your success is not your results. Your success is your process. So focus on your process. Focus on committing to whatever is in your heart and chasing your dreams. I'm not sure if this turned out very good, but I think that's all I wanted to say today. Thank you for listening. If you made it all the way through, hope you have a great day and chase your dreams.